wherever the case may be. And I think that there's some times I should have whooped my son's ass, but I didn't. But I think it was like that sort of became, all of a sudden, what the ones were fighting us for, they were like, then all of a sudden they were like, can you put the Blackish twist on it? So then all of a sudden they wanted it because they found that was the thing that people actually looked to the show for. It was like sort of what we, it was home talk for us. We were doing out front, you know, and people started seeing that there was an upward mobility to Black families. You know what I'm saying? That there was there's this whole like idea that Black fathers aren't part of the children's life. And we did an episode like that where actually we debunked that. The Black fathers now are considerably 20 to 30% more a part of the kids' life because we're living in that.
I don't know when you say that. I don't even think Black people are gonna realize that.
So I think sometimes having those conversations and having the haters and the critics actually brings more attention in a better way.
Incredible. I know that we're running out of time, but there are a couple questions I do want to ask you. We're just in a unique situation. Well, we're not in a unique situation because you've been a part of this industry for a while. Like, we've seen it ebb and flow. You've seen us, be trendy and then not become a trend. And we're obviously in another dire strait right now where studios, networks are pulling back on what they're producing. Mm-hmm. What feels different about this time for you?
This feels different than I've ever felt it before. Mm-hmm. I feel like I used to be able to, there was moments where I had gotten relationships where I could call and get a show without pitching it. I'm saying, have conversations and get a show. Like, that is not the situation now. There is, you have to be very, very, very intentional, very surgical. They want to know who the actors are. They want to know who the writers are. They want to do market surveys. You got to go talk to ad sales. They want to know how much it's going to cost down to the very last penny. They want to know how many seasons it is. They want to know. It is I talked to someone, they said something, they said, this is a time of destabilization. You know what I'm saying? You're seeing like everything everywhere feels like it is not what it once was. But I also, in that same person, they said that some of the greatest fortunes and some of the greatest successes have come in times of destabilization because you find an industry that's too big to fail, and I think entertainment in Hollywood is too big to fail. You write it out until it restabilizes, and all of a sudden, that's where Amazon comes from. That's where Napster, people thought the music industry was over. And people, it was at the worst place that I've ever been, thought Napster was the end of the music industry. Subsequently, music industry is 400% higher than it was at 2 years ago. And what Napster gave to it was streaming. And that's the thing that saved, not to save it, grew it in a crazy, crazy way. But you have to write it out to restabilize and be one of the people who's around there. And they found this way. So I do think that there's a version. I love how entrepreneurial you are. Issa is a more, but she is every coffee shop in LA.
All right.